Okay, so let's start with today's session. The main objective of today's session is to not just build schematics in Spice, but you should also be able to do some kind of coding in Spice. Now, why that is required, let me just highlight that why there is a need for coding. Okay, so where you may have to use this thing. Okay, so let's say that today we are working in LT Spice. So today we are looking at a software that is LT Spice. Now what it does is it's a simulator, or we'll say it's a circuit simulator. Now we may want to do chip design. So chip design means we may have to go to some other software. So one of the other softwares is Electric or maybe Cadence. Now you want to make a chip. Or so make a chip means what? You may have to do something called as layouts. You may have to do RC estimation. You may have to do parasitic estimations. You may have to do something called as LVS, layout versus schematic. And there are many such functions. So most of the times when you are designing some circuits, we generally go for LT Spice. Okay, why we go for that? Because it's like open source, and most importantly it's free. So you don't have to actually pay a cost to understand circuit design. But if you want to analyze the circuit further, if you want to do all this, make a chip out of it, miniaturize everything, you may have to simulate it in some higher softwares, that is Electric or Cadence or something like that. So you have already designed some circuits here, and now the circuits which you have already designed, you want to just see what is the layout, this. So how will this understand what you have designed in LT Spice? How will Electric understand what you have designed in LT Spice? So the common file that they use, the common files which they can operate on is basically a Spice file. It's called as a Spice file. And what does Spice file contain? It contains description of circuit and inputs which are given to the circuit. So you must know this, because it is like an interface between two softwares. So you may have to, when you write a Spice, when you make a schematic in LT Spice, it automatically generates a Spice file. But that Spice file as it is cannot be understood by Electric or any higher order software. So for that you may have to tweak. Tweak this file. Tweak means you may have to add one or two more lines or commands in this file, and once you open this file you should be able to understand what is written in this particular file. And that is why today's lab is aimed at understanding this. So what we are going to do is, we are going to do today an experiment on, basically we are going to do MOSFET characteristics. And this we are going to do for both NMOS as well as PMOS, and not just NMOS and PMOS, but for depletion type as well as enhancement type. So today we will divide this characteristics. So first what I want you to do is, first you open a new schematic file, and let's name this file first, file save as. On the desktop I'll make one folder, because I'm going to have lots of files. So I'll write MOSFET characteristics. And inside this you can write NMOS input. So what we are going to see first is NMOS underscore input characteristics, because we are also going to see depletion types. I'll just name it as NMOS underscore E underscore input, and what we are going to do is, we are going to see the circuit diagram of this. Okay, now at the same time just minimize this thing. Okay, and with the same name, what you can do is, you can open this, and here itself you can open a new file. Okay, you can open a new text document and give this name to the circuit. Same name I am giving it, but it's now no longer a circuit, it is going to be a code to describe the circuit. So now what I will do is, I will open both these things. I will open the notepad file as well as the schematic file, .circuit file here. So let me just do it this way. So first I want you to have this like this. You can see on one side we are having some dots and the other side is plain notepad file. Once you do this, put this in the chat box. We all will be on the same page, and then we will try and write the code. So I want you to first post like this in your chat box. Now we have started with the characteristics of the MOSFET, and we have seen that the MOS has got 4 terminals, gate, drain, source and body. So this is gate, drain, source, and here we have, let's say, body. Between the gate and the source we are going to connect VGS, that is plus minus, here we have VGS, and between the drain and the source we have VDS, and this thing is connected to ground. The body is connected to ground because we saw that if the body is not connected to ground, there is a possibility that the threshold voltage might increase. So we don't want that to happen, and that's the reason why we do it that way.
Hello, sir.
So this is the circuit description. Yes, who's this?
Hello, sir. Can you please explain how to create the text document file?
Can you please explain the?
So, how to create text, the left one, text document.
So very simple thing I will tell you. Just go to desktop, right click, create a text file, give it the name whatever you have given, and go to this place, go to the editor, and then simply say file, open, and wherever you have saved that text file. So I have saved it in this folder. Now when you go to that folder, you will not be seeing the text file because by default LT Spice shows you only schematic files. You can see here schematics.asc. So you have to change this drop down to all files, and then you will see all the files, and then you select the text file here and then say open. Did you get it?
Yes, sir.
So just make a notepad file on the desktop and open it with LT Spice. Okay, Harsh. Sankalp also has got it. Good. I'll wait here for 2 minutes so that we all are on the same page. Yes, everybody should post this in the chat box. Okay, Nikhilesh has also done it. So let's understand how the MOSFET characteristics is plotted. So there are two types of characteristics. One is the input characteristics and the other one is the output characteristics. So let's first focus on the input characteristics. So here we will first test the characteristics of the MOSFET, and starting with input characteristics. So you can start drawing like this. So first we will see input characteristics of NMOS. Then we will see input characteristics of PMOS. And then we will see, so these both will be enhancement type, okay? And then we will see the input characteristics of depletion type transistors, which would be somewhat like this. And so let's draw this first. And now what is there on X and Y, we'll just write that. So this here we have enhancement type, here we have depletion type. These two are going to be like NMOS. So will be NMOS, and these two will be PMOS. So this is like enhancement type PMOS. This is enhancement type NMOS. This is depletion type NMOS, depletion type PMOS. So unless you give a threshold voltage, your current is not going to, channel will not be formed, and that's the reason why your characteristics, your current increases only after you achieve the threshold voltage. And for a depletion type, this threshold voltage is going to be negative. So here Vt is positive, here Vt is negative. Now let's see for a PMOS. We have done problems based on this. So the threshold voltage of a PMOS is going to be VGS. So Vt is going to be negative, and after you achieve that voltage, your current is going to shoot up, and here Vt is going to be positive. So Vt here is positive. So these are the points to be noted here. So like I always said to you that the threshold voltage of an NMOS is always going to be positive and it's going to be negative. So that was for which case? That was for the enhancement type. Okay, not for the depletion. Depletion type, it's the other way around. So you can see even at 0 there will be some current in the depletion type. So please draw this. This is our ID. This is going to be VGS. So these characteristics give rise to two regions. So this is cutoff. So wherever current is 0, that region is cut off. And on the other side, we can say that the MOSFET is on. So it might be in linear or saturation. So on this side, it's in linear or saturation. Now whether it is in linear or saturation, to find that out, you have to look at the output characteristics. So first you just draw this. So these are the characteristics that we have to plot, and let's see how to do that. Once done, write done in the chat box. Enhancement type means you have to enhance the conductivity of the channel, and you have to enhance it because initially there is no channel. So you have to enhance the conductivity of the channel. In a depletion type MOSFET, the N channel is fabricated inside the channel region, and so the conductivity initially is very high. So we don't want such a high conductivity, so that's why we reduce the conductivity by depleting the electrons, by giving an opposite voltage at the gate to achieve the conductivity that we want. So in enhancement, we start with zero conductivity and reach the conductivity that you want, and in depletion you start with an extremely high conductivity and reach the conductivity that you want. So it is like this, that if I ask you that get a half glass of water, then you can take an empty glass and put half glass of water in it, or you can get a full glass of water and throw half of it. So the objective is reaching the level that you want. So in the case of MOSFET, the objective is reaching the conductivity that you want. Whether you start from 0 or whether you start from a maximum value does not matter. So if you start from 0, you have to enhance the conductivity of the channel. If you start from maximum value, then you have to reduce the conductivity of the channel by depleting the electrons in the channel region. So that is why the characteristics are also in that. Once done, just write done in the chat box. So we should know what we are going to plot. Okay, very important. Now coming to the output characteristics. So the output characteristics is somewhat like this. Okay, on X we have VDS and on Y we have ID. So the characteristics are like this. So the characteristics are shown for NMOS in the first quadrant, and it is shown in the third quadrant for a PMOS. Okay, so again this gives rise to two regions. Okay, so this region is linear and this is saturation, and the defining point here where current reaches a constant value, so this is 0, so this is that point, this is that value of VDS, so we call it as VDS sat. So this value is nothing but VGS minus VT. This value is VGS minus VT. So this is linear, this is saturation. So this blue characteristics that you are seeing is for a enhancement type transistor. So we can just show this a little bit closer to the blue line, and this is going to come like this. So this pink characteristics is for depletion type and the blue one is for enhancement. And this side, first quadrant, is for NMOS. So this is NMOS enhancement, NMOS depletion, and this is PMOS enhancement and PMOS depletion. So these are the characteristics that we have to plot. These are the input characteristics and these are the output characteristics. So we are going to see this, some part of this in our lecture on coming Friday, and you will have a better understanding of this when you actually see the principle behind all of this. Okay. Now, like I told you that our MOSFET circuit was like this. So coming back to our schematic, this is plus minus VDS, this is drain, source, gate and body. And this is plus minus VGS. This is connected to ground. Now what we'll do is we'll name every node. So we give this node as name 1, this is 2, and all these nodes are the same. They are all connected to one common terminal, that is ground. So this is, so each branch will have a name. So we are naming all the nets. So this is 2, this is 1, and this side all the nets are 0. So you can see that VGS is connected between 2 and 0, VDS is connected between 1 and 0, source body are connected to net number 0, and the current flows always from drain to source. So we have to give this connection, we have to tell SPICE that this is the circuit that I want to simulate. So first what I'll do is I'll go to my notepad file and I will give this or specify the circuit connection. So first step, always what you should do is it's a good habit to write the name of the circuit. So I'll just write here NMOS, input characteristics of enhancement type MOSFET, and the SPICE description, the code description is in two parts. One is the circuit connection, second is to the above connection. Above connection. So always this SPICE code will have two parts. One is the actual circuit connection, and then you would want to give some input to the above connection. So let's specify the circuit connection. So how many components are there in the circuit? There are three components: VGS, there is a MOSFET, and there is a VDS. That means there are two DC sources and one MOSFET. There are two DC sources, VGS and VDS, and there is one MOSFET. So how can we write that? So we can write VDS, is connected between the node 1 and 0, and the DC value of that is with respect to ground, that is 0. Similarly, I'll write VGS is connected between node 2 and 0, and the DC value is 0. So you can see here VGS is connected between 2 and 0, VDS is connected between 1 and 0. Now you can see that drain is connected to 1, gate is connected to 2, source and body are connected to ground. So here we will define a device and I will call it as M1. First, So the way in which you have to define this is like this. So first you have to write the drain. First you have to write the drain, then gate, then source, and then body. So you can see the drain is connected to 1, gate is 2, and source and body are 0, 0. So I'll write here, there is a device M1 which is having 4 terminals and it is connected between 1, 2 and 0, 0, and the name of this device is mod n, which is having length of 1.8 micrometers and width of 7.2 micrometers. So this is basically the device. Okay, but this is not enough. You have created a device, you have named it, but you have not still called it a NMOS. Here we can write dot model mod n. What is the name of this device? Mod n. Mod n is word, and its threshold voltage VTO is equal to 0.5 volts. 0.5 volts. So first you write this. And just keep on saving this. So this is basically your circuit or connection, or we'll say circuit description. Write like this. Yes, write this code, save the file, and post this output, what you are seeing right now, in the chat box. Okay, post your codes. So you have given circuit description, but you have not given any, you are not varying. You said that you have connected VDS between 1 and 0, you have connected VGS between 2 and 0, but we have not yet changed them, we have only connected them. So if you want to vary that, then you have to go for dot DC command, because these are DC voltages. So I'll write here dot DC I'll write, see the command, here I'll write VGS. So first what we are doing, input characteristics. So in the input characteristics you are varying VGS. So I'll say vary VGS from 0 to 5 in steps of 0.1 and show me the characteristics for values of VDS, that is 0 to 1.8 in steps of 0.6. That means show me the values at 0.6, show me the value, the characteristics for VDS equal to 1.2, and also show me the characteristics for VDS equal to 1.8. And then you say dot end. So all of you will post this output in the chat box. Yes, Sankalp, good. Now if somebody says why this mod n, so okay, you can write your name here. I am writing my name. L equal to 1.8. But then you have to say Akhil is a NMOS. That change you should. So I'm just changing this again back to original thing. Post this code in the output. I want to check it. We will all type this code in the notepad file and put it here. One small care you should take here, if you have defined here as VDS, where D and S are capital, here also VDS should be in the same fashion. Okay, you cannot write V small d small s. It will take it as a new variable and it will throw an error. Now you will save this file and run it. So the moment you run it, you will see something like this. I'm just adjusting this. So here what you can see here is, if you just right click on this, you can see you are seeing VGS. So on X you are having VGS, so you right click on this and say add trace, and you will plot the drain current ID of M1. So you should be able to see these three characteristics. Okay, like this. So now you will show me, you will put this output in the chat box. You should show me the characteristics as well as the code. Sankalp, Harsh, your outputs are correct, very good. But I like the way Mithilesh has put it. He has done it in the way how I have done it. And I have purposely done this because I'll be building a circuit here with some with same values, and convince you that you can do this circuit either ways. Harsh and Sankar, your outputs are correct. There is no problem in it. Okay. Now let us do this same circuit with the help of a schematic. So you can see here dots, and that means you can put some components on it. So let's put a component, use NMOS 4. You can use this and build a circuit here. So we'll have two voltages. What will be their names? So their names will be VGS and VGS, and this thing will be VDS, and we'll go to advanced and say none, so it will not have any value as such. The only thing that they will have is names, VGS and then you can join this like how we have it in our circuit diagram. In a similar way you can join it. And don't forget to show the circuit ground. So this is going to be your circuit. Now we have to set certain things. So we have drawn the circuit. Okay. We have to give this thing, we have to assign this. So the name of this device is NMOS. So I'll write here dot model. NMOS is a NMOS, and the threshold voltage of the device is 0.5 volts, length 1.8 microns, W 7.2 microns. Okay. So we can do this. So now we have done the circuit till these lines. Now we have to give input. So we have to step VGS and we have to see this for 3 different values of VDS. So how can we go about this? So I'll just save it, and when I run this circuit, I'll go to this third option, DC sweep. In this, I will sweep the first source. So first source is, sweeping is linear. Start value is 0, stop value is 5, 0, 5, and increment is in steps of 0.1. And the second value is VDS. So I'll write here VDS, again linear. This time start value is 0, stop value is 1.8, and increment is in steps of 0.6. You can say OK. Now once you say OK, this is the circuit that we are simulating. Now let's again see what is there on X. On X again we have VGS. So I'll add here, add trace. That is the drain current ID of M1 and so on. Now you should observe here also we have 550 microamperes, here also we have 550 microamperes, and you have exactly the same characteristics. Okay, but this time you used a circuit, a schematic, and here in the first case you used a code. So we have here two implementations of the same circuit, one using the code and another using the schematic. So now you all will show me both of these like this and post these answers in the chat box. It is. So everybody of you should post these two outputs in the chat. Any doubts in both of these? Please tell me. Yes, Prasad. Yes, Prasad, tell me. Have you all understood this? You all should get this, okay? So either ways you should be able to do this. Now the question arises, is this circuit also following the same code? So what is actually running in the backend is this code only. Now how we can see that? You can click on this circuit. Okay, you can click on this circuit and then right here, go here and see here Spice netlist. See Spice netlist. So if you see this Spice netlist, it is similar to these lines. Can you see there is a M1? So it doesn't matter if you write M1 first and then if you write VDS and VGS line, doesn't matter, because anyways all three of them are describing the circuit. So these lines are concurrent. Then we have dot model NMOS. So there is a NMOS in this circuit. and then we are having dot model PMOS. PMOS is not there, but Spice includes that as a default. And then you can see this line also, that is dot model mod N. So you can see the same line, dot model NMOS is NMOS VTO. And since we did a DC analysis, or we actually did not do a DC analysis, we did a DC sweep. So there is a difference between DC analysis and DC sweep. DC sweep means you are sweeping the existing DC voltages from a certain voltage to a certain voltage. And DC operating point analysis is like calculating the DC currents and voltage drops in a circuit for fixed values of DC voltages. So there is a small difference there. And this dot back anno is a term which is used to again annotate back to the schematic, and then you have dot n. So actually what you did is, by constructing this schematic, you saved the pain of writing this NMOS code. So you are actually saving the pain of writing a code by doing a schematic. Now just imagine, I'll just show you a code. Probably this we will do in the next semester, but I hope you will get the feel of it. Let me just show you this. So this is not there for you right now, but I just want to show you the complexity of why we should go and use Spice, why we should not stick to this code. Okay, so let me just show you that. I want you to let me show you one big circuit. Okay, so I'm showing you a differential amplifier. Now can you see how many sources are there in this, how many transistors are there, and how many resistances are there? Okay, there are many. Now if you see the Spice netlist of this, so if you want to write the code, then this code will be this big. Okay, and first you have to name all the nodes and all those things. So this entire process is automated in Spice. Okay, so we don't have to worry about all those things, and that is why you should appreciate this schematic version of Spice, because it saves a lot of time and helps you to uh, come to the results very fast. Now I'll give you 5 minutes, and I want you all to think about what will be the code for the output characteristics. There will be a very small change. Schematic wise, there will be very small change. So I want you to think about it. I'll give you 5 minutes. And in the meantime, all should post these 4 outputs in the chat box. So have you thought about how to make the output characteristics? Okay. So I'll give you a clue now. So I'm closing this. I'm saving this file as now instead of input. And here also I'll save this file as now. The basic difference is that here on the x-axis we had VGS, but for the output characteristics y is the same, ID is the same, but on y-axis, now x-axis, we are having VDS. So what we'll do is, in this very code, I'll just open this too for our reference, and also open the input characteristics. So see what change I'm doing in the code. This was the input. So I just saved the files with some other name and I again reopened them. So see here in the input characteristics, VGS was first. So here what I'll do is I'll just change this VGS to, and here I'll change VDS to VGS. And instead of input char, I'll write output. The reason is because the circuit connection does not change. Now the way in which we apply the inputs only are going to change. So if you try and plot this, so this is your output characteristics. I'll add here. Now before you see, you can see something on X. So you should make it sure to note that it is now VDS, because here we wrote VDS first and then we wrote VGS. And now we want to see the value of ID. So we should be able to see this, and then we'll run our previous also at trace. So now you should be showing me both of this, input characteristics as well as output characteristics. Come on, show me this, both of these. So first you show this to me using the code. Come on, show it to me fast, quickly. Post your outputs in the chat box. Okay, Mithilesh, correct. Just make sure that you are writing the correct names here. So if it is output characteristics, you should see to it that you return output char like this. And very clearly state that this is an enhancement type MOSFET. Yes, correct, Sankalp, very good. Good. Now, those who have done it with the help of code, can they do it with the help of the schematic?
Yes, sir.
So now I'm closing this. And now I am going to open circuit schematic files, and you could see that in this case, first case, this is I have written dot input, this is dot output. So in this case also we are only going to make VGS as VDS, and in the second source we will make this DSG. That's it. And if you try to simulate this now, in both the cases, if I add ID in one case, I'll get input characteristics, and in the other case I'll get the output characteristics. And you should note that through schematic also, the maximum current there with the when we did it with the code was 70 micro, and it was 550 micro in the case of input characteristics. And with the help of schematic also we are going to get the same thing. post this output in the chat box. So are you all convinced that schematic and code gives the same thing?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
would you like to use code or schematic? Would you like to use a code approach or a schematic approach?
The schematic.
Schematic. Every Mithilesh wants to save the pain of naming so many nodes, right?
Yes, sir.
So that is logical also, but you must know this spice file. That is why I have taken this experiment. Not to see the characteristics. Yes, characteristics is just a means, but you should be able to understand that writing a spice code for a circuit also fetches the same thing. Okay, Mithilesh has got it. Okay, Harsh, let me see your output. Harsh, output is good. Just make those lines a little bit darker. Go to tools here and go to control panel, and then you go to waveforms and just make this trace width 3.
Okay, sir.
Output is correct, but थोड़ा दिसत नहीं. Okay. So good, everybody is getting the outputs, very good. Now, I will give you some time to apply your mind now. You have these two codes for enhancement type transistors. You have these two codes for enhancement type. Now, I want you to make depletion type. So we want to see this characteristics. We did this NMOS enhancement. Now we want NMOS depletion. So the first thing that we have to do is we have to apply a negative threshold voltage. We have to apply a negative threshold voltage. So I'll close all this. And now I will open the folder where I have saved these files and see what I'm doing now. I'm just in both these files, pasting it there only. So I'll get copy like this. Here I will make, instead of E, I'll make it as D. So now we will see the code only. And here, okay. So now we will open these two files with the help of Spice. Depletion type input output, and here the first thing that we have to do is make this VTO negative. Make the VTO negative. So that's the only change that you will do in both the codes. Instead of enhancement type, Now I'll write here also, instead of enhancement type, I'll write depletion type MOSFET. Everything else will remain exactly the same. So what you did, you copied the notepad files for the enhancement type, input and output. Then you opened that with LT Spice. Then you change the name of the files. Enhancement has become depletion, and you have changed the threshold voltage of the device, because an enhancement NMOS, if it has got a positive threshold voltage, a depletion NMOS will have a negative threshold voltage. So first you will post these two codes like this in your chat box. I will check the code, then we will simulate. Come on. It is just a matter of saving the files and doing minor changes in them. Two. Minor means there are just two changes. One is obviously the name, and the second one is the threshold voltage. Post these two codes in the output. I should clearly see input characteristics of depletion type NMOS and output characteristics of depletion type NMOS. Okay, so now let's simulate both the codes, starting with input characteristics. So I'll drop trace here, that is ID, and I'll run the second one too. Okay. Now you can see here specifically the input characteristics. Okay. If I expand this, you can see that here the characteristics you can see only from 0 to 5. You are not able to see from -5. Now the reason is because you only told Spice to show it that way, because in the input characteristics you told Spice that sweep VGS from 0 to 5. So instead of that we can just tell it to sweep from 225. Okay, I'll just make this 2, and if we run this, sorry, not 2, minus 2, because so you can see this minus 0.5 now. Okay, now I want you to show me these two characteristics in this way. Come on. Put your outputs in the chat box. Okay, good, Mithilesh. Now somebody might ask me why not minus 3 here. Yes, definitely you can do that. There is absolutely no problem. Okay, Harsh, your output is also correct. Okay, good. So, and what I'm doing is I'm just posting these 4 files for your reference. Can somebody confirm whether you have got it? Sankalp, good.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now what's the big deal in this? Okay. First thing is I will close the input characteristics and let me open the output characteristics of the enhancement. And let me plot this. Okay, so what you can see is that this is the output characteristics of enhancement type, this is the output characteristics of depletion type. Okay. Now one thing that we should observe here is something like this. Okay, you should observe here that the linear region is slightly bigger in the case of depletion type and in the case of enhancement type. Now how does that actually matter? So let's just pick this up and check it out in the editor. So here please note this is enhancement. This is enhancement and this is the characteristics for depletion. Okay. And this is the code for enhancement and this is the code for depletion. Now if you look at this, the last one, the green axis here. So for this green, this is VGS equal to 1.8. So this is VGS is 1.8 for this VGS is 1.2 for this. This is VGS is 1.8 for this curve. Similarly here also you can see that VGS is going to be 1.8. Now here the threshold voltage is 0.5, here it is minus 0.5. So actually this point, if I plot it down and if you look at this point, both these points are, so what is the value of this? VGS minus VT, and this is also going to be VGS minus VT. So you can see here VGS minus VT means VGS is 1.8, so 1.8 minus VT is 0.5, so that is going to be 1.3 volts. And you can see that if I extend this line, it is somewhere between 1 and 1.5, so it must be at 1.3 volts. If you look at this point here, VGS is again 1.8, but threshold voltage is negative, minus. So minus of minus 0.5 is going to give me 2.3 volts. And you can see that this point actually shifted from here to here in the case of depletion. So if this point shifts towards the right, this was linear and this was saturation. So now you can see that linear has become much bigger than saturation. So what it means is that if you want to use the MOSFET as a resistance, then it is better to go for depletion type MOSFET, because it has got a bigger linear where current is proportional to the change in voltage. And if you want to use the transistor as an amplifier, so your Q point must be in the saturation region, somewhere here on the DC load line. So at that time, we will be using enhancement type MOSFETs. Now, our course is focused on amplifier design, and that is the reason why very rarely, or I will not be even talking about depletion type MOSFET, because depletion type MOSFETs cannot be used to make good amplifiers, because the first condition for an amplifier is that it should have a very big saturation region, which a depletion type MOSFET does not have. And that is the reason why when we will be doing our amplifier design, we will be using only enhancement type transistors. So don't take it other way around that depletion type transistors are bad and all. No, nothing is bad. It can be used if you want to use the transistor as a resistance. Okay, so please note this point somewhere in your book, that the point VGS minus VT moves towards the right, making the linear bigger than the saturation in the case of depletion type MOSFET. So you can write this as a conclusion that enhancement type transistors can be used for amplification, depletion type can be used as a resistance, simply because depletion type transistors have a smaller saturation as compared to the enhancement. So now first thing is, you will post this in the output characteristics of enhancement type, output characteristics of depletion type. See this, observe these graphs have to be observed, not just plotted. Okay, and this is our observation. What I showed you right now is my observation. So first you show me this. Post this in the output quickly. Okay, Sankalp, Mithilesh, I can see this. And now you can all just copy this thing. Okay, so this is how I will be checking your outputs. Code and output, this is how they are checked. Okay, so in the exam, don't even do the mistake of just showing a circuit and output. Okay, if the readings don't match, then you are in trouble. Okay. So apply logically. Even if you get wrong, don't panic. You apply your brain, and I'm sure you will definitely get it. There is no rocket science in this. But this is how you must cross check. So that cross checking is more important. Okay. जस्ट कोड है, रन किया, ओके, बट आउटपुट करेक्ट आया कि नहीं आया, हाउ टू चेक दैट. सो दिस इज हाउ यू कैन चेक इट, एंड वंस यू चेक you can note your own findings. Okay. Okay, now the question comes, what about the PMOS? Okay, now the question comes, what about the PMOS? So for the PMOS, I will give you the files, and now you have to introspect. So now you will all post the outputs of the PMOS, input characteristics and output characteristics for enhancement type, and the same thing you will do it for a depletion type. Come on, do it. Copy these files in our regular location. So we'll just name it, but this time we'll just rename it to PMOS. That's it. Enhancement PMOS. Better output characteristics in a type input. Nice. If you now open this enhancement type codes, let's run them. So you should be getting this kind of output. So this is the characteristics for the PMOS. Now the only change here is that your VGS is going from -5 to 0 and VDS is going from 0 to -8 in step 1.8 in steps of 0.6. So this is the characteristics for the PMOS. Please plot this and show me in the put this in the chat box. Now what is the change? First thing, PMOS circuit connections are absolutely same. Instead of mod n, now I have written here mod p, and now this dot model command had got mod n nmos. Now it is mod p PMOS. An enhancement type PMOS has a negative threshold voltage, so minus sign there, and spice always sees from left to right. So that is why even if you are seeing the plot like this 0 to minus of VGS, but spice always sees from left to right. So that is why left value which we want -5, rightmost value which you want 0. So I write -5 to 0 in steps of 0.1. And this I want to see for 3 different values of VDS. And similarly here, when you are going from input to output, you have to only interchange the values of VDS and VGS. Everything else absolutely remains the same. Come on, show me these two. Okay, very good. Mithilesh, go ahead with the depletion type MOSFETs. तिथे बसून तिघे तिघे बोंबलल्या पाणी आहे पाणी आमच्याकडे घेऊन जा म्हणून outputs for the depletion type. नाही. So now here also you can see the same effect, that the linear region has become bigger. Harsh, good. Try for depletion. Now, after we end this lab, you can try all these characteristics by using the schematic. But when you use the schematic, compare the spice netlist generated from the schematic with the spice codes that we have written. Okay, they should be one and the same. Okay, good, Mithilesh. Others should also post their outputs in the chat box. If you do a mistake, no problem, we'll just correct it.